So, thinking about the arguments that, to the responses to this argument, one of the most influential here is the idea that the skill thesis or this fair play argument overgenerates. It kind of proves too much, and so if we apply the logic strictly, then it will generate results that we don't think are compelling, which suggests that the skill thesis itself may be uncompelling. So it seems like in lots of other different sporting competitions, there will also be biological advantages that mean that some competitors will have a much higher chance of winning, even if everyone is equally skilled. And the example that comes up here is the swimmer Michael Phelps. And so we can see a picture of Phelps here. Phelps is the most decorated Olympian who has ever lived. And you can see here he's got all his medals, which is just a comical number of medals for somebody to have won as an individual sports person. So why exactly is Michael Phelps so decorated in the Olympics? Well, at least part of the story comes from the biological advantages that he has as a kind of innate fact about him. So I've just listed some of them here. So Phelps has a disproportionately large chest. He has size 14 feet, a wingspan greater than his height, which is very, very rare. He has double jointed elbows and ankles, which enable him to get more of a degree of rotation when he's kicking in the water. And studies have been done that shows that he naturally produces half the lactic acid of his competitors, which means that he can train and compete for much longer periods. So it seems like, based on certain quirks about his biology, Michael Phelps has a massive advantage when it comes to swimming in the Olympics, and because a lot of other competitors will not have the biological similarities to him, which enable them to compete as effectively as he can. And so it seems like this might be in violation of the skill thesis, allowing Phelps to compete on the same level without any adjustment as everybody else in this category, because he has a natural advantage, which makes him far more likely to win, which isn't related to his skill. So Bianchi, who suggests the skill thesis, suggests that we have two options here. One is, retain the skill thesis, suggests that, what sports should be about is about winning with skill, and so trying to neutralize all of these natural advantages. And so the way to do that in this case would be to have handicaps for people like Phelps. And so Bianchi points out that if we accepted this, then there would be no reason why we couldn't have mixed competitions between men and women or boys and girls, because if we accept that, there needs to be mitigation over the advantage that Phelps has over the other male swimmers in the Olympics, then we might think that there's no reason to not alleviate natural advantages that men have over women, boys have over girls by incorporating handicaps as well. Or the second option is we reject the skill thesis and just accept that there will be natural advantages within sports. And again, this seems to justify mixed competition as well, because if we suggest that sports isn't about, the people who win sports shouldn't be the ones who are most skillful, then it seems like natural advantages of any kind must be allowed. So here we have this kind of dilemma, which is going to be going against the fair play argument here, which is either, we accept that we need to alleviate all instances of unfairness, or we just accept that, skill and fairness is not exactly what sports are about. And either of these, both of these options seem to be pretty damaging for the prospect of single-sex sports categories, because it seems like there are ways in which there are more philosophically justified ways in which we should have competitions other than by having a sharp division on the basis of sex for reasons of fair play. Because if we apply that principle, then it suggests that we should alleviate either all advantages or reject the principle itself and have no alleviation at all.